Humans have always struggled to achieve a synergy with the natural world. Responding to Kathleen Stewart's ideology of attunement, this video aims to examine how humanity, in its consideration as separate from nature, attunes to it, with analysis of art, advertisement, and entertainment film.
In our relationship with the natural world, there exists a perception of humanity as separate from nature. This is commonly with reference to the self-regard of humans as thinking and intellectual beings, higher than other organisms lacking the extent of our own mental complexity. This understanding of humanity and its relationship with nature is a subject of artistic examination, evident in works such as Marina Zurkow's Mesocosm, Northumberland, UK. Within the animation, a man is shown engaging in the outdoors, predominantly unsociable and in a position of pondering. A rendition of the human unworld, an expanded view of what constitutes nature, is revealed, staging the endless communicative events and interactions that shape the experience of human and other animals. As Plumwood 2012 describes, the concept of humans as animals becomes abstract, philosophically confusing identity with misconceptions of our roles and purpose within the world. In Plumwood's case, this led to exemplifying the disregard of the material human body as food, becoming the unethical prey of a crocodile. Such separation between people and nature is furthered through the idealization and preservation of nature, where the term itself begins to refer to all flora and fauna excluding humans. From this sense, the natural world is valued and desired in its exclusion from us. As McKibben 1999 writes, "One proof of our deep-rooted desire for pristine places is wilderness, to set aside vast tracts of land where the earth and its community of life are untrammeled by man." This idea of pristine, Former 2015 criticizes, follows anthropogenic notions our human interaction and impacts upon the natural world are essentially unnatural. Nevertheless, environments are sanctioned off in preservation of human manipulation and destruction. Similar themes are explored within Hayden Fowler's 2013 video installation, revisiting the unsuccessful regenerative methods of New Zealand birds during the early 20th century. Reconstructing a dystopian sanctuary, the work plays like recordings of a monitored zone, where humanity's impact on nature has peaked, but its involvement has reduced to segregation and observation.
In overcoming this disconnect, nature is often personified in reiterating our connection with it. Created by TBWA, Advertisement Lungs 2009 exemplifies this, reforming natural landscape to reference the human body, and comparing the issue of deforestation with disease of direct human concern. Appealing to the viewer's empathetic response, the work relies on the concept that humans, as proffered by Clayton and others 2014, have a stronger empathetic response to that which is similar, both in animals and objects.
Our impacts and changes upon the natural world that don't assist in restoring or keeping it to the way it's been before us are often met with a stigma of caution and negativity. This is clear as Fowler, through Ballard's 2015 discussion, showcases a new kind of nature culture that includes technology, where very literally nature has taken on the voice of the machine. Here Fowler's birds evolve together, with a constantly transforming ecosystem, and it is a mistake to think that this is always a positive thing. The extent of our involvement with fauna is often up for debate. Works like Patricia Piccinini's Nature's Little Helpers series respond to regenerative methods questioning technoculture and biotechnologies through construction of amalgamated uncanny companion species on the borderlines of repulsion and pity.
Such themes are continued throughout Piccinini's practice, utilizing human likeness in establishing connections with the viewer. Super Evolution 2001, for instance, also exemplifies this, using skin-like flesh and hand-like appendages. Again, this work, as discussed by Milner 2001, highlights and confronts the morality within humanity's intervention of nature through technological innovation. The creature's likeness to a human embryo evokes human compassion and a need to protect, not to solely criticize humanity's involvement in nature, but rather how we can adapt to these newfound innovations. Anthropomorphism, in TAM's 2014 definition, is the assignment of human characteristics to non-human entities. The psychology behind anthropomorphizing is that humans can understand and predict these entities just as they understand and predict other people. This can be seen in James Cameron's 2009 film Avatar, highlighting the impacts of deforestation, colonization, and extinction. Cameron anthropomorphizes indigenous beings on the fantasy planet of Pandora, internalizing a sense of respect and a sense of taking responsibility for the stewardship of the Earth, with the replication of familiar issues. The film also utilizes hyperbole in depicting an idealized relationship between the inhabitants of Pandora and its fauna, comparative to humanity's manipulation of animals, hidden, however, through a romanticized perspective. This is clear in the literal connection between the humanoid inhabitants and their environment, which solely allows their species to gain control over the creature they are currently tethered to. Flora itself is also personified in interactions with it idealized, as certain organisms symbolize and provide literal connection to a deity with the promise of an afterlife.
By examining nature as it is through the human unworld, utilizing the sources mentioned, we can understand humanity's perception of itself as separate from nature defines us, to some extent, as unnatural. Through this philosophy, in attuning to nature, there is a need to personify and idealize it, in re-establishing a connection.